Hey guys, I was looking at one of my students' games on KJS, uh, and I thought there was stuff to look at. So they're both 5Q, and let's see how it goes here. At the moment, I don't remember which color he was, but we'll get to that. Okay, all regular. Little something to notice here. This is a pretty regular move, generally speaking. But on this board, if we look at, I'm going to do this wrong, but it draws the right picture. Okay, so black settles on the left, white builds the wall, white pinches. We can see black is a little sad that he let this thing happen. But in the game, when he plays here, his A group is facing two black stones, meaning they're all working together, and white is nowhere to be seen in any of that part of the area. On top of which, if white continues, white's still not in any of the other part of the area. So this is a bit worrisome for white. White kicks. Now we're going to ask if black should respond. Let's start with saying if black plays away. Now this is a premise I use all the time. I actually haven't found anyone. Maybe I tend to say if black passes, and that's what a lot of people annoy people is I'm saying, oh, black passes. What do you mean he passes? Why would he pass? We're just seeing the worst case on that left. If black ignores, white plays here, and black responds. Black has a perfectly settled group on the left. Yeah, white got a Panuki. It's actually not a Panuki. A lot of people don't think about that. A Panuki is the shape you get when you capture a stone. Some people say, well, that's stupid. What's the difference? Well, the difference is black had played a move, which happened to be at A, and that move has disappeared. So consider this black to play here, and then black to make up for that A stone that white just captured here. Isn't that a little weird? So in the game, this is not a Panuki because white didn't capture a move, which means black now has two moves somewhere else. I don't know if you understand that. I mean, it's clear, but if black had played here and white captured, black had played a stone at A. What's the value of that stone? No value. So the Panuki is extra valuable because of that. Kind of like that 30 points, Panuki in the center is worth 30. That has a lot to do with that. I mean, it's very powerful, very big, but also an actual Panuki, black wasted a move. I'm kind of rambling, but there you go. So black plays, black is perfectly settled on the left. What did white get that was so special? Well, black played away somewhere, right? So nothing too special. Okay, let's look at it another way. Black plays away, white attacks this way. Well, first, black can play here. Black's just fine. White cannot surround, black can run out casually. It's not a problem when it comes to the health of the group. Is there some way to punish black for ignoring? I mean, punish the group as a whole? No, not at this point. There might be in the future, but not at the moment. Then why do we respond? Well, black does take his group from being flexible to being settled. with points. Not a lot of points, but 5-ish, maybe more, right? The group is now settled. I don't want to say alive, but pretty darn healthy with points. Also, there's now 2 cutting points. Okay, so black standing here, good for health, good for points, good for future attack against white. Is it sente? No. Let's double check that. White ignores. Black says, I'm going to cut you. Aha, I've cut you. That's no cut there, just dead. Later on, sure, but not at the moment. So it's not a particularly urgent back and forth thing. Black can play it. It's not considered slow. Now, back when I was 5 dawn, early 6 dawn, I assumed that this white was sente, and I played it against a professional 9 dawn. 9 dawn plays away. I felt like he was cheating. You can't play away. I actually felt that. Yeah, wait, you can't do that. Yes, you can. You can do anything you want when it's your turn. Very few things break the rules. Okay, so, and my student is black because I remember he played away, and I go, oh, look at you thinking about things. Nice. Big area. Let's look at the size difference between area 1 and area 2. At the moment, area 2 has a certain size. It just got, how do you say that? Let's have black, white. Okay. This is now smaller. I'm not sure I can clarify my thought here. Black played here. Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's imagine the bottom of the board. Black just played on the bottom. What can black expect to get there? Okay. So certain value to the bottom that black's looking at. If we add D5, there's now more black can get on the bottom because white has 2 cuts. So if it looked like this, P3 has some more potential because white has a weakness. When we take that off, white's extra strong, so there's less we can do, right? Extra strong, we can do less. Weaker, we can do more. So since white's extra strong on the bottom, I would totally play the right. Why am I playing on the bottom? I want white to play on the bottom. He has plenty of stones down there. He doesn't need any more. If it looked this way, maybe white would like to play. This becomes a bigger move now because it's not just size, but also supports something that has 2 cuts in it. Okay, so that's some theory. It's still a perfectly valuable move. Settle. And then what? Is black going to do it again? Now, before we look at his move, I already seen the move. I haven't seen all the game, but I've seen enough that I found it interesting. Let's say black responds. White to play. This seems rather natural, doesn't it? Does it bother black? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an attack for sure. And an extension, playing in a big area, a very valuable move. So black's like, why did I play here? I'm not hurting white yet. Instead, why don't I play here? I love this move. Now, this white, gote. Any white here, gote. Any white here, gote. And now, when we stand, it has more sente value. So it's a more important move. So I like this part. I liked him playing here. That's not to say the other one's necessarily bad. It's just We see him thinking through this and making decisions. Boom, boom. Fourth line, yes. Because A is the close of the skirt. Let's touch on that briefly. If white comes in, white doesn't have room for a full extension. Now I'm going to move C8 to C9, and now we see white does have room for a full extension. Therefore, C7 was not the close to the skirt. But as long as white doesn't have room to comfortably play in there, meaning a whole group, then seeing A as a closed skirt is meaningful. Okay. All right. All right. Sure. And then what? I don't think I've seen his next move. Now, one thing I've been doing recently in these recordings and reviews are looking at things, what things stand out. Might be a weakness, it might be a special wall, it might be Aji, who knows? Okay. One reason this Joseki isn't used anymore, because black has this option. He can start building a wall in Sente and really start developing the left. That's one reason we don't use this white Joseki anymore. It leaves a big, black can really control the situation. So that's one thing. Next, since black has ignored A, white C is a bother. White's entry is a bit easier because black has a weak group. Oh, well, just with what we looked at so far, that's two things. I would think about finishing Joseki. Let's have white finish just for fun. And then now invading is more difficult, and we might choose to play this now. Things are starting to work well there. Finish group, build it up, looks good. I'm not saying this is the best next steps. I'm saying here's a picture we're forming that works. Okay, back here. We've looked at the Aji at A, helping the white group, black group at B, which also bothers white. What else? The right is particularly large. So just playing C is great. It's large because white has a particularly solid corner that can start extending whenever it wants. I mean, really nice right side stuff. That's all I see. Let's mention a few others to show the difference. Oh, I can play here. Black gets points or white gets points. And besides, I'm bothering white. Well, yeah, but white's response is big, strong. White is fine, right? This might even be, it's just, yeah, it's something, but it's not now. Well, what about this one? Big move for endgame. Okay, so we don't count that. What about, I'm going to play here and press that group. White says, yeah, I might feel some pressure, but I'm going to go about playing big moves. I'm not weak. You just can do a few things there. So these are all not special situations. So when you look around, look at the special situations. Okay. He played here. And then here. I didn't like this. I know exactly what he's thinking, but I don't like it. First thing he's thinking, this takes the actual corner. True. And white's far from home and I can just enter easily. This is all true. Then why don't I like it? because white can just walk away here uh, and go do whatever he wants. And if black says, I'm attacking, great, take the stone. I don't care. It's not a big stone. You're alive anyway. Just a matter of fact, I'll force you to take it, right? And play away again to wherever I want to play away to. It's not a critical situation. What about this one? Corner's bigger, more worthwhile. If white doesn't respond, black takes the corner, has wonderful outside center, outside thickness for the upcoming extension, which is really pleasant. If white responds, we did it in Sente. If white doesn't respond, this becomes not just an attack, but great value as we attack. So this one we know as a forcing move. Okay, so let's assume white responds. The extension's too far. You can come in if you want. White can't do the connection thing. So it's too far. So everything about this move is better, except it doesn't actually take corner cash. But we don't like going around taking cash. I mean, just every group, cash, cash. No, we sketch. We give white the opportunity to invade, and he doesn't want to invade. It's too difficult. Great, then don't invade. Then I get the whole thing. Okay, that was my ramble. He went here. I responded, too slow, don't do it. And then black here. Okay, check out what black's trying to do. Building a wall to face the black moyo. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but it's really thin and doesn't finish Joseki and doesn't bother white at all. So instead, here, white has two cuts now. And you have a thick, safe group rather than a thin, unstable group. So better for points, better for health, better for attack. But you see the picture he's drawing. It's a good picture. Now, something that's come up many times over my, let's say, 40 years teaching is I'll say, this isn't a great move. And they go, wait, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing all this stuff. Yeah, that's great. It's a solid 70% move. But let's look at why it's only 70 and not 100. I mean, 70% moves, you start naming off wondrous things about them pretty quick. It does this, it does that, all these things it's doing. What a wonderful move. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same, something here all the time, or I've heard countless times. The strong player, I'm talking 6, 7 down, they'll look at a move. That's a terrible move. Really emotional, right? Oh, that's a terrible move. And it's like, it's 98%. Everyone knows it's 98%, but it's not perfect. So they go, oh, it's a terrible move. It's known to be bad. Yeah, by 2%. It's a profoundly wonderful move that most Q players would only dream of playing. So, yeah. So great that he's thinking. He has a plan. He's taking it into motion, and hopefully he'll learn how to think better. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Yep. He's continuing his plan. Build the wall. I like it. Okay. I'll just show the wall so we're all thinking exactly the same thing. And now we want to ask, what part does the A stone play in that wall? 0. What in attacking the B group, what part does the A play? Zero. B group can't be attacked. What is the value of the A stone? Area 1, maybe 4 points, maybe less. So when he plays here, I don't think so. It's what? 10% move. I would say less than that. 5%, I might say less than that. It's a pretty low level move. Does almost nothing. Okay. White plays here. Bad move. And now black is about to start the wall, building his wall in Sente. But he's done this before, and he just can never remember the right way. He starts here rather than here. Okay. So if white responds, what's next? Here, not Sente. Here, not Sente. The other way, you get 2 Sentes. Okay, but white doesn't do that. White comes out. Really? Only thought here is to fight. Yeah, only idea. A bit awkward. What do you do? The procedure that a Q player does now versus a Don player. Let's talk about that. The Q player procedure is, I got a Hane at A, I can Hane at B, there's a cut at C. Stuff to do here. I think I'll start in. The Don player. Are my A stones important? Yeah, absolutely. They separate 2 white groups. And it's important? Yes, absolutely. This is absolutely important. Then we must stay safe. At the moment, it's 5-2. 1, 2, 5-2 in white's favor. I'm not about to get aggressive here. I will lose all fights. There's 5 white stones ready to go, 2 black stones. No, thank you. How do I do that? The 2 thoughts, A doesn't work, I'm just cut. I'm sorry, B doesn't work, I'm just cut. If C works, I'll play it. But there's a cut there. He can cut. It seems. Therefore, D. Now, a strong player is going to read it out, because when I said C, I'm like, can he really cut? So we can live, but we got nothing for it other than life. Therefore, D. Now let's look at how this continues. What's white going to do? White doesn't like the Hane at F18, so white's going to stop that. He won't Hane. He'll just come straight down, a proper move. This move, it's either here or here. This is more out and actually a little more Sente. I would play this one. But black gets out, and white will have 2 separate weak groups, and that's exactly great for black. Okay, so black plays here, and again, you can see it. Oh, what a great move. I'm haunting out, getting out to the open. I'm going to be surrounding people soon. It's a great feeling, but he didn't back it up with some readout. Does it work? And no, it doesn't work. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. He tries something, it doesn't work. White plays correctly. Okay. So black has transferred his cutting stones at A to his cutting stones at B. Now, instead of having 2 weak groups, only the C group is weak. So we're half failed, but there's still some potential here. Okay. White, I like it. White's building space in eyes, stopping black from having space in eyes. I don't know why we're looking at white moves, but I find it interesting. I like this move. It's a very strong surrounding move. So to surround black, I like it. But let's ask, is the A group ready to fight? No. No eyes. I don't think there's any eyes at all. And we could even say it's behind enemy lines. So first things first, and this is just a great rule if you want to get stronger, if you want to get up in the dons, you want to get from 3 don to 5 don. First things first, get your group healthy, get out. All those other things will still be there, right? Even if black fixes, you still have a group to chase. They don't magically go away. Okay, so this is early. If you're going to play it, you kind of have to keep going, or else why did you play it? It's a loss. But white went away. And here we have some chasing and fighting. Black's going for the kill before white's surrounded. So instead, go for the surround. Make white come back and play a 1-point move as you played a 10-point move. I mean, it's a big difference. That's probably all we need to look at. We saw a bunch of good things, good principles. What's that for? Double gote? Either double gote or if white responds, we asked white to get out and be healthy. And of course, black can't cut here because of the shortage of liberties. So instead, we can do something else. Kind of like this would be the cutting move, but it looks weak. So what about this one? If white says, come on in, well, great, thank you. We came into your area. And if not, then there's a cut there. Okay. Yeah, doesn't work right. Just a ladder. Just a ladder. Ladder. I'm doing, I'm lost in reading. That's so funny. I was gone. Um, I'm reading out boom, boom, boom. And does this have some meaning? If white goes for the surround, then Atari and white can't save. That means white wants to play this way, which works. We can't say Atari, Atari, a wonderful kill, except shortage of liberties. Okay. So black did play this way. White didn't need to do that because now this works. Right? White doesn't need to save the cut. White can just play here. And black just collapses. That's some reading things. Wow. White. If white saves, there's no ladder, right? If instead black plays this way, the black can't, I mean, it's, yeah. Why white would play this, I can't even conceive. Okay. So that's probably enough of this game. We did some review, and mostly the thing that was valuable that I tried to give that I thought was valuable is the idea of if you look at the important things and go in that direction rather than some shiny object. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Catch you later.